What's good? This is JVB representing SPD, and that is sportsperdiem.com. The Chicago Bears lose to the New Orleans Saints 21-9. They are eliminated from the playoffs. Their season is over. And after a performance like that, their season deserves to be over. All I gotta say is it's time for change. Executives, coaches, and players. It's time for a change. Yeah, that last month or so, it was cute. It was nice. The Bears were actually scoring points on offense, and they lost the game to the Packers, but they made their way into the playoffs. But now that the season is over, it is time for some damn change at Halas Hall. This was a sorry-ass performance from the Chicago Bears. This offense is still no good. They bottom feeders. They play good against the bad defenses, and they play well at the end of the game when it don't matter. That's when this offense does all of its work, does all of its damage. I don't know about y'all who watching this video, but I've said this a few weeks ago and I'll say it again, but I don't want mediocre. I want this franchise to have some self-respect. This is a chartered franchise in the National Football League, and they just accept mediocrity. I don't want to hear reports from Schefter or Rappaport saying Matt Nagy's job is safe because of the end of the season. Why is this job safe? The McCaskey family really needs to have a talk. Bring all y'all asses. Everybody needs to have a talk. I don't care how you guys do it. Put your face mask on. I don't care. But all the McCaskies need to be together in one room talking about this damn franchise and where it's going. Because guys like Ted Phillips, Ryan Pace, Matt Nagy, you really need to look into that. You really need to consider whether or not these guys are good for this franchise for the next season. I know what I would do, but I'm not sure the McCaskies have the balls to do it. Now, both the offense and the defense, they had some moments. Well, more so the defense had moments, not so much the offense. There was one big play early on for the offense. Mitch Trubisky found Javon Williams on a good deep ball. Javon Williams caught it, kept his feet in bounds over the top. Great catch from 83. But on the very next play, the Bears run a trick play. And we all know how trick plays in Matt Nagy and this Bears offense, we know how that shit don't really be working. But they run a trick play. Cordero Patterson flicks the ball back to Mitch Trubisky, who flings the ball into the end zone. Javon Williams is in position to catch the ball, but guess what? The ball goes through the man's hands, and that was it. That was the play that this Bears offense needed, this Bears team needed, and Javon Williams let the ball go right through his fucking arms. Darnell Mooney was out. Javon Williams had to step up, a chance to step up in the playoffs against a team that you got history with. CJ Gardner-Johnson, the Saints, you got history with them. That would have been the perfect punch against this Saints defense by Javon Williams. But the man drops the damn ball. And from that point on, the offense couldn't do anything. Like I said, the defense, they were making some plays. They were bringing a pretty good pass rush, and they made life difficult for Drew Brees at times. But Drew Brees, just like Aaron Rodgers, being a student of the game, he was figuring shit out. On third downs, you saw Drew Brees. He found Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas, he didn't play in that first game against the Bears, and he made his presence felt in this game, and he scored the first touchdown of the game for the New Orleans Saints that put them up 7-0. But how about little Deontay Harris? This man is about 5'6". I get that he's fast, but he's 5'6". You would think somebody would put a hand on him. But Deontay Harris, throughout the game, found himself wide open on third downs. It was frustrating as hell to see little Deontay Harris and the other receivers from New Orleans Saints catch the ball short of the chains. Catch the ball short of the first down marker, but get the first down because the Bears can't fucking tackle. We've been seeing this all season from this Bears defense. Eddie Jackson, I know you got paid because of your ball hawking skills. If you're not going to get any turnovers, do me a favor, make a fucking tackle. I think Tashawn Gibson, I know Tashawn Gibson, he had the best performance of all the guys in the secondary in this game. He forced a fumble on Taysom Hill. John Jenkins recovered it from the air. It was a fumble recovery. It gave the Bears great field position deep into the Saints territory. A couple of David Montgomery runs, that picks up another first down. And then on that same possession, Mitch Trubisky finds Cole Kmet. Cole Kmet is driven out of bounds hard by Malcolm Jenkins. And Malcolm Jenkins, he feeling himself. He talking shit to Cole Kmet. And Cole Kmet is next to Malcolm Jenkins. And he seemed like he cool. He seemed like he quiet. His demeanor is chill. He got his hand on Malcolm Jenkins' shoulder. And he just flips the ball over to the official. Because that's what the officials want you to do. They want you to give them the ball after the play is over. Apparently, this official was in his feelings. Because there's a flag on the play for taunting. And you would think that is on Malcolm Jenkins when he was talking all that shit to Cole Kmet. But it wasn't. It was on Cole Kmet. What? I get it. The Bears aren't the sexy team. They aren't the sexy story. Drew Brees versus Tom Brady is sexier. And I'm not saying that the outcome is going to be different. As a matter of fact, I don't believe it was going to be different. I believe the Saints were still going to win this game. But that officiating crew was fucking horrible. But going into halftime against the New Orleans Saints, the number 2 seed, you're only down by 4 points. 7-3 Saints. But in that second half though, it was game over. Drew Brees and his Saints offense was on the field damn near the whole second half. The lack of third down conversions in this game, throughout the season, throughout last season, it's always been a problem with this Bears offense. I don't care what happened against Minnesota and Detroit and Houston and all those teams, Jacksonville. When this team plays decent to good to great defenses, they can't do nothing. The 2 games against the Packers, nothing. This game against the Saints, nothing. And speaking of not good enough, Anthony Miller, come on, man. You already down Darnell Mooney, and you let this CJ Gardner-Johnson guy get under your skin. You let this man get under your skin and you throw a punch at the guy? Didn't you learn from your own wide receiver stablemate, Javon Wims, getting ejected for the same shit in the regular season against the Saints? Of course not. Because just like in that game, and just like throughout this whole season, this team is undisciplined as hell, man. Like, how fucking stupid is it to be punching somebody with a helmet on anyway? All these unforced errors. With the defense, all the offsides. This is who the Chicago Bears are. They're not coached well. They're undisciplined. They're unorganized on offense. And defensively, they're not elite. They had that one turnover on Taysom Hill, but that was it. For a defense to be considered great, you have to get to the quarterback. You have to get turnovers. And with those turnovers, sometimes you got to score touchdowns. This Bears defense, not a great defense. Too many third down conversions, too many missed tackles, and not enough sacks, not enough turnovers. To go alongside a horrible offense, this team wasn't going nowhere, man. They made the playoffs this year largely due to the Cardinals choking, and also there being a 7th playoff spot. We would have been talking about Matt Nagy being a 500 coach the last couple of seasons and not making the playoffs and still having a bad offense. But changes need to be made, man. Enough of this mediocre bullshit. The charter franchise in the National Football League, in the big city, the great city of Chicago. But this organization accept mediocrity. The standards need to be raised for this franchise. Ted Phillips, Ryan Pace, Matt Nagy, those guys, in my opinion, they need to go. Mitch Trubisky, let them find a job somewhere else. Whoever running this team, whoever making the calls, they need to address the quarterback position. They need to look into the draft. They need to look into free agency. And they need to look via trade. All I know is Mitch Trubisky is not the answer. Who is? I don't know. I really don't. You know, it's going to be a lot of talk about Deshaun Watson and Carson Wentz, and you got guys like Cam Newton and Mariota and Matthew Stafford and Matt Ryan. There's a lot of guys available at the quarterback position. What the Bears going to do at quarterback, I ain't sure. But what the Bears are going to do is let some guys go. Remember, the salary cap for next season is going down. We're going to have to wait and see what this franchise does, but shit gonna move fast, man. Before you know it, it's gonna be Super Bowl Sunday. Before you know it, the draft is gonna be here. This Bears franchise, the McCaskey family, they need to get together and get this shit straightened out. They need to make moves to move this franchise back in the right direction. I think one of the funniest things that happened in this game was when Jimmy Graham caught that touchdown. It was a nice catch, a one-handed touchdown at the end of the game. Jimmy Graham, in one motion, with a nice one-handed catch, he got up and he just ran the fuck off. He ran up the tunnel and he probably ran out the fucking building. That's how embarrassing it was for the Bears in this game today. And that's how embarrassing it's been for the Bears this season and last season. But the Bears season is officially over as they lose to the New Orleans Saints 21-9. But I'm out. Like the video and share the video. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, take it easy. God bless. Peace.